a tornado watch is in effect. Currently in our area, 82 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, windy, scattered thunderstorms, possibly severe. High 81. Tonight, strong to severe thunderstorms likely. Storms may produce large hail and strong winds. Low 62. Sunday, partly cloudy. High 78. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We've got some brand new video in here. Again, this is pretty dramatic stuff. Guy pulls up right along the side of the road, looks over, and yeah, there's a tornado, aka a water spout. Actually, it was over water here, but it did move on land. This was near the Breezy Point area in New York. This is along the Long Island coastal areas, and it did move inland, and it did do some damage. And this isn't the only video that we have of this tornado, Heather.
You know, we've been watching a lot of this, and, you know, Jeff, you and I were talking as we were looking at some of this earlier, that, you know, this is a really scary sight to see out of your window. And look at this one. It's got that debris flying up in the air, and the scary thing there is, you know, it has hit something. Now, hopefully it's a tree, something like that, but potentially it could be a building.
Yeah, it looks like the roof got lifted off, at least some kind of a building there. Again, that is in Breezy Point, New York. All right, let's show you exactly where we have our severe weather watches right now, because there are 4 different watches: 2 severe thunderstorm, 2 tornado. This one is a severe thunderstorm watch. This is the one around DC, Baltimore, Philly, and Harrisburg. This is out until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Then as we move a little bit farther to the northeast, Heather, we have a tornado watch, which is out around the New York City area, western Connecticut, and western Massachusetts. Another tornado watch for the rest of eastern upstate New York and Vermont. And if that weren't enough, we have another severe thunderstorm watch for central New York until 3.
And already we've had a lot of tornado warnings that have been issued. We've been watching a lot of areas, but we're going to see more of this afternoon. Let's get more on what we can expect, and we're going to bring in our expert, Dr. Greg Forbes. Where are things going as we head into the rest of the afternoon?
Well, basically, almost the entire East Coast is going to have either a damaging wind threat or some places a tornado threat, as a very strong cold front shifts all the way through New England, except for maybe eastern Maine, and all the way down into the Carolinas, maybe to Georgia. Take a look. Here is the forecast. All of these areas in red from western Maine and central New York down into east central parts of Georgia there. We'll have that severe weather threat. I raised the Torcon from a 4 up to a 5 for parts of western New England down into parts of the mid-Atlantic, and it's a 3 to 4 in the rest of the area. The farther south you get, the lower the tornado threat. The reason I've raised that 5s mean a 50% chance of a tornado within 50 miles. We're getting storms well ahead of the cold front. The cold front is back near this brightest enhanced line here that's coming across eastern West Virginia, central Pennsylvania. That will give to the damaging winds. There can be tornadoes with that, but when you raise the stakes, when you get these individual storms with some hitting that's taking place very early in the day out in the eastern mid-Atlantic and up into western parts of New England. So there's already strong enough winds aloft, about 60 miles per hour at the 5 to 10,000 feet level, to give the wind energy. But now we have the sun that's come out, these individualized storms that have a higher chance of producing tornadoes. That's the reason for the Torcon that has been raised. We do have that one line of storms right along the cold front. Out ahead of that, just near Hagerstown, Maryland, there's a storm with rotation. We'll take a look at that. And we've had one tornado and other tornado warnings in these isolated isolated storms there, New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. So right now, severe thunderstorm warning there coming across New York into the Connecticut area, just past the Copiague area, heading toward the Austerlitz and Richmond and Stevenson as it goes off to the northeast. Not rotating, no tornado warning at the moment, but that's the kind of individual storm that could briefly rotate, as are these. You see how they're individualized storms, not severe at the moment, but some of these in the previous couple of hours have developed some brief rotation. One of them gave that water spot that came onshore as a tornado. Now take a look here. We have a bow echo that's rolling into the area near Frederick, Maryland, and in that little kink on there, we have the possibility of a tornado. Here's our high-resolution radar. There's a little bit of a dog leg. Can you see it? The line comes down, kinks a little bit forward, and then goes back. So sometimes those dog legs are associated with a rotation, and for that reason, the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Washington County, Maryland. It's up around the area east now of Hagerstown, the Chewsville, the Taneytown area, so possibility of a tornado there in that part of it, and then the rest of the line could have damaging winds that are coming eastbound, ultimately north of Baltimore. Then the big line of storms along the cold front, not real high. They're maybe not even thunderstorms in some cases, but they're packing damaging winds because of the strong winds aloft coming towards Syracuse and Rome, Utica, New York. Some of the timelines here for those. So if you have outdoor activities today, anywhere from the northeast to the southeast, you need to be aware of lightning and a possibility of damaging winds even in the northeast, a chance of some tornadoes. That line continues into central Pennsylvania. State College, it's very close to you. Williamsport, Harrisburg, Scranton, you see some of the timelines there. Over the next few hours as this rolls east, it should not weaken in intensity. What may increase in intensity are this line of storms as it comes farther east into some of that sunshine, into Virginia, into eastern Tennessee. None of that severe at the moment. And similarly down here, probably south and east of where the storms are right now, but east central and central parts of Georgia could have an isolated severe storm. Here you see in the satellite picture the big dip in the jet stream, cold pocket aloft that is supplying a lot of the wind aloft with this. And this is a pretty big system for this time of year. And so the ramification of that is it's going to drive that cold front east and offshore of most of the U.S. except for Florida tomorrow. So today is the big severe weather day. By tomorrow, cooler fall-like air will be moving into much of the country. Heather, Jeff?